Welcome to English Bridge. I'm Tom. In this episode, you will practice 1 full hour of English shadowing and listening. Together, we'll follow a simple, peaceful day matrisin from morning to night. You will hear short, clear sentences in slow, natural English. You can listen anywhere, at home, while walking, or on the bus. Just follow my voice. Repeat after me. Are you ready? Let's begin. Part 1. Morning. The sun is rising. The sky is pale orange and soft. A thin line of light shines through the curtains. It touches the wall. It moves slowly across the room. My alarm rings. It's a soft sound, but I still feel tired. I turn it off. For a moment, I lie still. The air feels cool on my skin. I stretch my legs. I stretch my arms. My back feels a little stiff. I take a deep breath. The room smells clean, like morning air and fabric. Outside, I hear birds. They sing short, quick songs. I hear one close to the window, another farther away. The sound makes me smile. I sit up in bed. My blanket falls to the side. The air feels a little cold, so I pull it back for a second. Then I stand up slowly. My feet touch the floor. It feels cool. I walk to the window. The sky is brighter now. A few clouds float in the distance. I open the window. Fresh air comes in. It smells a little like rain, even though the sky is clear. I close my eyes and breathe in deeply. It feels good to be alive. I hear movement from the next room. My sister is awake. She opens her door and yawns. "Morning," she says softly. "Morning," I answer. I walk to the bathroom. The tiles are cold. I turn on the light. The mirror is foggy from the shower earlier. I smile at my reflection. My hair looks messy. I brush my teeth slowly. The sound of water fills the room. It's steady and calm. When I finish, I rinse my mouth and wash my face. The water feels cold and fresh. I dry my face with a towel. My skin feels awake. I step into the hallway. I can smell coffee. The smell is strong and warm. It reminds me of mornings when I was younger. In the kitchen, my sister is standing near the counter. She holds 2 mugs. Steam rises from them. She says, "One for me, one for Dad." I nod. "Smells good," I say. She smiles. "Want some?" "Maybe later," I answer. Mom is cooking breakfast. The sound of eggs frying fills the air. I hear the toast pop up. She hums quietly as she cooks. The kitchen feels bright. Sunlight falls across the table. Dad sits at the table reading the newspaper. He turns the pages slowly. He looks calm. He takes a sip of coffee and says, "The weather looks nice today." I glance at the window. He's right. The sky is clear now. "Good morning," I say. "Good morning," Mom replies with a smile. "Sleep well?" "Pretty well," I answer. My little brother runs into the room. He's still in his pajamas. He's holding a toy car. "Vroom," he says loudly. Mom laughs. "Careful near the table." We all sit down to eat. The table is small but full. Toast, eggs, butter, honey, orange slices. The smell of breakfast feels warm and safe. My little brother spills some juice. It runs across the table. "Oh no," he says quietly. We all look at him. Then we laugh. "It's okay," Mom says. "Let's clean it up." She gives him a napkin. He wipes the table carefully. We eat together. It's a normal morning, but it feels good. The air is filled with quiet sounds. Plates touching, chairs moving, spoons tapping on cups. Dad folds the newspaper. He says, "I have a meeting later." Mom nods. "I'll be home by 2. My sister says, "I'm going out after lunch." Everyone shares small plans for the day. Nothing special, but it feels nice to hear. When breakfast is done, I take my plate to the sink. I wash it with warm, soapy water. The bubbles shine in the sunlight. I dry my hands on a towel. I go to my room. I check the time. Almost 8. I pack my bag, notebook, pen, snack, water bottle. I zip it closed. I open the closet. I pick a clean shirt. It feels soft and cool. I tie my shoes. I look in the mirror one last time. I look awake now. In the living room, Mom says, "Don't forget your lunch." "I've got it," I say. "Good," she replies. Dad waves from his chair. My sister says, "See you later." My little brother says, "Bring me something." I laugh. "We'll see." I put on my jacket. I open the door. Cool air hits my face again. The smell of grass comes from the yard. I close the door behind me. I take a deep breath. The day begins. Part 2. The commute. I step outside. The air feels fresh. The sky is brighter now. The sun is above the trees. I hear the sound of birds again. Some are near, some are far away. The street looks quiet. The houses stand still in the soft light. I see drops of water on the grass. The air smells like morning, a mix of earth, flowers, and something clean. A car drives by slowly. A man walks his dog on the other side of the road. The dog sniffs the grass, then looks up at me for a second. I smile. Its tail moves once, just a little, then it keeps walking. I put on my headphones. Soft music starts to play. Nothing loud, just calm and easy. I walk down the street at a steady pace. My shoes make small sounds on the pavement. Tap, tap, tap. I pass the same houses I see every morning. One has red flowers near the gate. Another has a small white cat sitting in the window. It watches me walk by. Its eyes move slowly, but it doesn't blink. I smile again. Farther down the street, I see children walking to school. Some hold their parents' hands. Some walk in groups, laughing loudly. Backpacks bounce on their shoulders. I hear bits of their conversation. Small words, quick laughter. Something about a test, something about a game. The wind moves the leaves in the trees. It's not cold, but I zip up my jacket anyway. I take a deep breath. The air feels light and new. I like this part of the day, before work, before everything begins. I reach the corner store. The owner is unlocking the door. He looks up and nods. "Morning," he says. "Morning," I reply. He pushes the door open. The sound of little bells rings softly. I walk past, still smiling. A few more steps and I see the bus stop. A small shelter made of glass and metal. 3 people are already there. An older man with a cane, a young woman looking at her phone, and a teenager with a backpack listening to music too loud. I stop a few meters away. I check the time on my phone. The bus should come in 5 minutes. I look around. The trees nearby are full of green leaves. A bird jumps from one branch to another. A cat sleeps under the bench. The woman at the stop sneezes. "Bless you," says the old man. She smiles politely. "Thank you." Then everything is quiet again. Only the sound of a bus in the distance. It gets closer. I see the white and blue colors of the bus. It slows down and stops in front of us. The door opens with a soft hiss. The driver greets everyone with a nod. I smile and say, "Good morning." He nods back. I tap my card and walk to the back. The bus is half full. People are sitting quietly. Some read, some scroll on their phones. Some just look out the window. I find a seat by the window and sit down. The seat feels warm from the morning sun. I take off my jacket and put my bag on my lap. The bus starts to move again. It rolls slowly down the main street. The engine hums softly, the motion feels smooth and steady. Outside, I see a bakery. People are buying bread and coffee. I see a woman leaving with a small paper bag. Steam comes out of the cup in her hand. She smiles as she walks. The bus passes a park. Children play near the swings. A man jogs on the path, wearing bright blue shoes. He waves at a friend passing by. I look farther ahead. Cars move in both directions. The light turns red. The bus slows down. A cyclist stops beside us. He wipes sweat from his forehead. The light changes to green and we all move again. The city starts to wake up. More people walk on the sidewalks. A man carries flowers in brown paper. A woman holds a baby in her arms. A group of students crosses the street. Their laughter fills the air. The bus goes over a small bridge. I look out at the water below. It's calm and clear. Sunlight shines on the surface. A few ducks swim slowly near the edge. For a moment, I just watch the water move. It feels peaceful. The bus turns a corner and drives past small shops. A man is arranging fruit outside his store. Red apples, yellow bananas, green pears. He works carefully, one piece at a time. Another man sweeps the sidewalk. The sound of his broom is soft and regular. Inside the bus, everything is calm. Someone coughs quietly. A child whispers to his mother. The sound of the engine fills the space. It's steady and low, almost like background music. I take out my phone. One new message. From my sister. "Don't forget to pick up milk," she writes. I type back, "Okay, no problem." Then I put my phone away. The bus turns again. I see tall buildings now. The streets look busier here. A delivery truck passes. Two people wait at a crosswalk. A taxi honks once, then stops. I can smell coffee again, maybe from a cafe nearby. The driver slows down. The speaker above my head says, "Next stop, Central Street." That's my stop. I press the button. A soft bell rings. The bus stops smoothly. I stand up and hold my bag. I walk to the front and say, "Thank you." The driver smiles. "Have a good day." I nod. "You too." I step outside. The door closes behind me. The air feels warmer now. People move quickly on the sidewalk. I hear the sound of traffic, the voices of people talking, the footsteps of someone walking behind me. I stand still for a second. I look up at the tall buildings, glass and steel shining in the sunlight. It's busy, but somehow peaceful too. I take a deep breath. The morning feels full of energy. I start walking toward my building. The day is waiting for me. Part 3. The workday. I walk toward my building. It's tall and gray with wide glass doors. I see my reflection as I get closer. The morning sun shines behind me. People walk in and out. Some carry coffee cups. Some hold folders or phones. Everyone moves with quiet purpose. I reach the door and pull it open. Cool air greets me from inside. The sound changes, from the noise of the street to the low hum of the building. I hear footsteps echo on the floor. I nod at the security guard near the lobby. "Morning," I say. "Morning," he replies. I take the stairs instead of the elevator. The walls are painted light gray. My footsteps sound soft and steady. I pass one floor, then another. Someone above me coughs quietly. The smell of coffee drifts through the air. I reach my floor. The hallway lights are on. Some doors are open already. I see Sarah, my coworker. She's standing near the door, holding her phone in one hand and a small cup in the other. "Good morning," she says. "Good morning," I answer. She smiles. "Ready for another day?" I laugh. "I think so." We walk inside together. The office feels calm. Soft music plays from a small speaker in the corner. The air smells faintly like paper and coffee. I hang my jacket on my chair. I place my bag under the desk. I sit down and stretch my shoulders. The chair creaks a little. I turn on my computer. It makes a quiet humming sound. The screen glows. I type my password. I open my emails. 5 new messages. One from my manager, one from a client, 3 from other departments. I read them one by one. I make small notes on a sticky pad. My manager's message says, "Please send the report before lunch." The client's message says, "Can you confirm the delivery details?" I nod to myself and type slowly. My fingers move across the keyboard. The sound of typing mixes with the soft music. John walks past my desk. He holds a big mug of coffee. "Big day today," he says with a smile. "Yeah," I say, "lots to do." He grins. "Don't we all?" He takes another sip and keeps walking. I open the report file. I read the first few paragraphs. I fix 2 small mistakes. I add a few more details. I check the numbers carefully. Then I write a short note to my manager. "Hi, here's the updated version. Please let me know if you need changes." I read it once more and click Send. A few minutes later, a message pops up. It's from my manager. "Great work." "Thank you." I smile. It feels good to be noticed. I stretch my arms above my head. I look out the window. The city looks busy now. Cars move along the main road. A few people walk quickly, holding their jackets tight. A bird lands on the window ledge, looks around, then flies away again. I take a sip of water from my bottle. It feels cool and clean. Then I focus again. Mid-morning break. At 10:30, I stand up. My back feels a little stiff. I decide to take a short break. I walk to the small kitchen at the end of the hall. The air smells like coffee and toast. Sarah is there, pouring coffee into a cup. She looks up and smiles. "Want some?" she asks. "Sure," I say. "Thanks." She hands me a cup. The coffee is hot. I can see the steam. Jane walks in carrying a small tin. "I brought cookies," she says proudly. "They're homemade." We all smile. She opens the tin. The smell of chocolate fills the air. We sit at the small table. The chairs make soft sounds as we move them. John joins us, holding a banana. He says, "Breakfast number 2." Everyone laughs. We talk about movies. Sarah says she watched something funny last night. Jane says, "Oh, I love comedies." John says, "I prefer action, always." Sarah rolls her eyes playfully. The room feels light and happy. We finish our coffee. I wash my cup. I dry it with a towel and put it back. The warm water feels nice on my hands. We go back to our desks. Midday, I check the clock. 11:15. Still time before lunch. I make a phone call. A client answers. Her voice is calm and polite. She says she has a question about an order. I listen carefully. I write small notes on a pad. Then I explain the steps slowly. She says, "Thank you so much for your help." I say, "You're very welcome." When I hang up, I feel good. Helping people always feels nice. I look at my to-do list. I cross off one task. There are 5 more to go. I check the calendar. There's a team meeting at noon. I prepare a few notes for it. I read through them once. I feel ready. Chat team. Meeting at noon, we all gather in the big room. 6 people sit around the table. Our manager smiles as we walk in. She says, "Good afternoon, everyone." We all answer, "Good afternoon." The room smells faintly of coffee and whiteboard markers. The walls are covered with charts and notes. The light is soft and even. Our manager starts the meeting. She talks about goals for the week. She explains a new project. We listen carefully. I take notes. John asks a question about deadlines. Sarah shares an idea about design. Jane writes on the whiteboard with a blue marker. I share my thoughts too. Our manager nods and says, "Good teamwork, everyone." We all smile. After the meeting, we stay for a few minutes, talking quietly about small things, weekend plans, lunch, music. Then we go back to our desks. Lunch break. I look at the clock, 12:45. I feel hungry. I open my bag and take out my lunch. I walk to the break room. The lights are bright. The room smells like food, soup, rice, something with garlic. A microwave beeps in the corner. Someone laughs softly. Sarah is already there. She waves. "Sit here," she says. I sit across from her. She has a sandwich and a small bag of chips. Jane joins us with rice and chicken. John walks in with the plastic container. He says, "I forgot a fork again." Jane laughs. "I brought an extra one." "You're lucky," he bows jokingly. "You saved my life." We all start eating. For a moment, the room is quiet. Everyone enjoys their food. The sound of spoons and forks fills the air. I have pasta today. Tomato sauce, a little cheese, a small salad on the side. It smells good and tastes warm. I take a sip of water. It feels refreshing. Sarah tells a story about a concert she went to last weekend. She says, "The music was amazing. The crowd was huge." John says, "Was it loud?" Sarah laughs. "Very." Jane says, "Who was the band?" "They're called River Sound." Sarah says. John points at her. "I love them." Everyone laughs. We talk about music for a while. Old songs, new songs, favorite singers. The conversation moves easily. No one's in a hurry. It feels friendly and relaxed. When we finish, we clean up together. I wash my lunchbox. Sarah wipes the table. John throws away napkins. Jane says, "Back to work?" We all nod and smile. A short walk. Before going back, I step outside. The air feels warm and soft. The sky is clear blue. There's a small park near the office. I walk there slowly. Two kids are playing with a ball. Their father watches them from a bench. A woman walks her dog nearby. The dog sniffs the grass and wags its tail. A man sits under a tree reading a book. A bicycle bell rings in the distance. I sit on a bench for a few minutes. I take a deep breath. The air smells like flowers and grass. I feel the sun on my face. The breeze moves gently through the trees. It feels peaceful. I close my eyes for a moment. I hear the soft sound of leaves moving. I feel calm and ready for the rest of the day. I check the time. It's 1:25. Time to go back. Afternoon focus. The office is quieter now. People are focused. Some type on their keyboards. Others talk quietly in corners. The sound of the printer hums in the background. I sit at my desk and open a document. It's a new project. I read the first paragraph. Then I start typing. Slow, careful words. I check spelling and fix small mistakes. I save the file often. Every click feels like progress. John walks by. He says, "Want a snack?" I smile. "What do you have?" He shows me a small chocolate bar. I take one piece. "Thanks." He nods. "No problem." I drink some water and stretch my neck. My shoulders feel tight, but my mind feels clear. I finish one report, then another. I organize the folders on my desk. I throw away old papers. The surface looks clean again. The clock shows 4:30, almost the end of the day. Sarah walks past my desk and says softly, "Almost done." I smile. "Yeah, almost." I check my emails one last time. No new messages. I close all open windows on the screen. Then I shut down my computer. The screen turns black. I stand up. I stretch my arms above my head. My body feels tired, but in a good way. It feels like I've done something real today. I grab my bag, I put on my jacket, I look around the office. People are starting to pack up too. John waves from his desk. Sarah says, "See you tomorrow." I wave back. "See you?" I turn off my small desk lamp. The light fades softly. I walk to the door. The hallway feels quiet again. I push the door open and step outside. Part 4. Evening. I step outside. The sun is lower in the sky now. The light is soft and golden. It touches the buildings, the windows, the leaves on the trees. Everything looks warm. The air feels cooler than before. A gentle breeze moves through the street. I take a slow breath. It smells like the end of the day. It's a mix of cars, food, and fresh air. People are walking home. Some walk alone, some walk together, talking quietly. A few smile as they pass. Everyone seems a little tired, but calm. I start walking toward the bus stop. The city feels different now. Still busy, but softer. The sounds are lower. Cars move slowly. Shops begin to close. The hum of the day is fading away. A man passes by on a scooter. The wheels make a light, quick sound on the road. A child runs to catch up with his mother. He laughs loudly. A dog barks once, then wags its tail as its owner pets it. I can hear footsteps, voices, and the faint sound of music coming from a nearby cafe. The smell of baked bread drifts from a bakery. I glance through the window. Warm lights glow inside. Two people sit at a small table sharing a slice of cake and smiling. Behind the counter, a woman arranges loaves on wooden shelves. She looks tired but peaceful. Next to the bakery, a flower shop is still open. Bright colors fill the front: red roses, yellow tulips, white lilies. A young man sprays them with water, carefully, like he's touching something fragile. The smell of flowers mixes with the smell of bread. It's a small, perfect moment. I walk a little farther. At the corner, I see a fruit seller. He waves at a customer. His table is full: apples, bananas, oranges, grapes. He says something in a cheerful voice. The customer laughs. I smile without thinking. When I reach the bus stop, a few people are already waiting. An old man sits on the bench with a walking stick. He looks up at the sky, quiet and thoughtful. A girl stands nearby, listening to music. She hums softly, moving her head to the rhythm. Two friends talk and laugh, their voices light and easy. I stand next to the bench. The breeze touches my face again. I look up. The sky is orange now, turning slowly into pink and gray. Clouds move gently across it. The bus arrives. Its headlights glow in the soft light. The doors open with a hiss. I step inside. "Evening," I say to the driver. "Evening," he replies. His voice is calm, a little tired. I tap my card and walk to the back. I find a seat by the window again. The seat feels warm. I set my bag on my lap and lean back. The bus moves forward with a low hum. The sound feels almost like a lullaby. Outside, the city drifts by. The streetlights are turning on. Each one glows softly as the light fades. Shadows stretch across the road. People walk slowly, their faces calm, their steps unhurried. The bus passes the bakery again. The warm light shines on the sidewalk. Inside, the last customers pay for their bread. Next, we pass the flower shop. The flowers look even brighter under the lights. Red, yellow, white. A few petals move in the wind. I look out farther. Cars move down the road, their lights glowing like stars. A man in a dark jacket carries a shopping bag. He walks carefully as if he's had a long day. A woman holds a small child. The child rests its head on her shoulder, half asleep. The bus slows down. More people get on. The air smells faintly of rain, even though the sky is still clear. I look out again. I see a park, a small group of people sitting on the grass. They talk quietly. One of them plays guitar. The sound is soft and warm. It feels like home. The bus goes over the bridge again. The water below reflects the evening sky. Orange, pink, and silver move together. Ducks float near the edge. The ripples make small rings on the surface. I watch them until the bridge ends. The speaker says, "Next stop, Maple Street." That's my stop. I press the button. A quiet bell rings. The bus slows down smoothly. I stand up and hold my bag. I walk to the front. "Thank you," I say. The driver nods. "Take care." "You too," I reply. I step outside. The door closes behind me. The air is cool now. The street looks calm and familiar. I hear distant voices and the soft sound of leaves moving. Streetlights line the road, casting gentle yellow light on the pavement. I walk slowly toward home. The houses on my street are quiet. Some windows are open. I see warm light inside, families eating, people talking, a TV glowing in one living room. A cat sits on a fence and watches me. Its eyes shine in the dim light. It blinks once, then looks away. Somewhere nearby, a door closes. Someone laughs softly. As I walk, I notice small things. The smell of food from a kitchen window, the sound of a washing machine spinning, the soft rustle of a newspaper as someone turns the page. Ordinary sounds, but they feel comforting. At the corner, I see my neighbor again, the same man from the morning. He's watering his plants in the yard. The hose glows in the light from the porch. He looks up and smiles. "Beautiful evening," he says. "Yeah," I reply, "really peaceful." His dog sits beside him, watching the street quietly. Its ears twitch at every sound. I wave goodbye and keep walking. My house is only a few doors away now. The lights from inside shine softly through the curtains. The air smells faintly of garlic and rice. Dinner must be ready soon. I take out my keys. They jingle softly in my hand. I unlock the door and step inside. The warmth of home greets me instantly. The door closes behind me and the sound of the outside world fades away. Part 5. Home and Night. The door closes softly behind me. The house feels warm and alive. The smell of food fills the air, mine. A mix of rice, garlic, and something sweet. It's comforting. I take off my shoes and place them by the door. I hang my jacket on the hook. My body relaxes instantly. Home always feels different. Softer, quieter, safe. From the kitchen, I hear soft voices. My sister is cutting vegetables. Her knife taps gently against the board. She looks up and smiles when she sees me. "Hey," she says, "you're home." "Yeah," I reply. "Smells amazing." She laughs. "It's almost ready." Steam rises from a pot on the stove. She stirs it slowly with a wooden spoon. The smell of spices fills the air. I can hear the soft sound of bubbling water. Mom is folding clothes on the couch. She looks tired but peaceful. "Welcome back," she says warmly. "Thanks," I answer. "Long day." She nods. "Dinner soon." My little brother runs into the room. He's holding a piece of paper. "Look," he says excitedly. He shows me a drawing of a rocket and stars. "Wow," I say, "that's amazing." He smiles proudly. "It's going to the moon." I laugh. "Maybe one day you will too." Dad comes in from the garden. He has soil on his hands and sleeves. He smiles and says, "The flowers are growing fast." He washes his hands at the sink and dries them on a towel. Then he kisses Mom's cheek. She smiles without looking up. It's a quiet, gentle moment. The table is already set. 5 plates, forks, spoons, and a small candle in the center. The light flickers softly. It makes the room feel cozy. My sister puts down a bowl of rice. Mom brings chicken and salad. Dad carries a basket of bread. We sit together. The chairs scrape lightly against the floor. All right, Mom says, let's eat. The sound of plates and silverware fills the room. The food smells rich and warm. The first bite tastes perfect, simple, home-cooked, full of love. Dad talks about his day. He says, "It was busy, but I finished early." Mom smiles. That's good. My sister shares a story about a customer at her job. She says, he was so confused, he thought the door was the fridge. We laugh. My little brother giggles the loudest. Halfway through dinner, he drops a piece of rice on the floor. Oops, he says. No one is angry. Mom just smiles and hands him a napkin. He wipes it carefully. We talk a little more. We don't say anything big or serious, just small things about tomorrow, plans for the weekend, and what to buy at the store. It's ordinary, but it feels warm. When dinner is over, we help clean the table. I wash the dishes. My sister dries them. My brother puts them away in the cabinet. The sound of running water fills the kitchen. It feels calm, almost like a rhythm. Dad makes tea for everyone. He adds sugar to Mom's cup. She likes it sweet. I take mine plain. My little brother drinks milk instead. We all sit together in the living room. The TV is on, playing soft background music. No one really watches. Mom sits in her favorite chair with a book. Dad looks at his phone, checking the weather. He says, "Rain tomorrow." We all nod. My sister plays with the cat. The cat jumps, runs, then hides inside a box. We laugh quietly. I take out my phone and call my grandmother. She answers quickly. "Hello, dear," she says. Her voice sounds warm and kind. "I was just thinking of you." I smile. "Hi, Grandma. How are you?" "I'm fine," she says. "The tomatoes are growing." I laugh softly. "That's great." She asks about work, about everyone at home. I tell her we're all doing well. She says, "I'm proud of you." "Thank you," I say. We talk for a few more minutes, then say goodbye. After the call, I decide to take a short walk. The air outside is cool and clear. The street is quiet now. The sky is dark blue with silver clouds. I can see the moon between the rooftops. A few stars shine faintly. I walk slowly down the street. The houses are calm. A few windows are still lit. Inside, I see families talking, someone washing dishes, someone watching TV. The city feels slower now, like it's breathing softly before sleep. My neighbor is outside again, watering his flowers just like in the morning. He waves. "Peaceful night, isn't it?" "Yeah," I say. "Perfect weather." He nods. "See you tomorrow." "See you," I reply. As I walk back, I hear the sound of a bike in the distance. The wheels hum gently on the pavement. A dog barks once, then everything is still again. The street smells faintly of rain, even though the ground is dry. When I reach my house, I stop for a moment and look up. The moonlight shines softly on the windows. It looks quiet inside. I open the door and step in. The house is dim now. Mom is in the kitchen, putting away the last cups. She turns off the light and smiles at me. "Good night," she says. "Good night," I reply. Dad sits in the corner chair reading. His glasses slide down a little on his nose. He turns a page slowly. He looks peaceful. My sister is on the couch with a blanket, watching a movie quietly. The cat is curled up next to her, its tail moving slowly in its sleep. My little brother runs to me. "Can you read me a story?" he asks. "Sure," I say. Let's go. We go to his room. It smells like soap and crayons. He climbs into bed and pulls up the blanket. I sit beside him with a small book. It's about a bird that travels around the world. I read slowly. He listens carefully, his eyes getting heavy. The story ends with the bird flying home. He smiles. Good night, I say. Good night, he whispers. Thank you. He closes his eyes. I turn off the light and step out quietly. I brush my teeth. The water feels cool on my face. The mirror is slightly foggy. I look at my reflection and smile softly. I feel calm. In the living room, Dad turns off the lamp. Good night, everyone, he says. We all answer, good night. I walk to my room. It's dark and quiet. I turn on a small lamp near the bed. The light is warm and soft. I check my phone. One message from a friend. Sleep well. I smile and type back, you too. I open my notebook and write one line. Today was a peaceful day. I close the notebook. I stretch my arms and yawn. I close the window halfway. The night air feels cool. I lie down on my bed. The pillow is soft. The blanket is light and warm. Outside, the world is calm. A car drives by slowly. A dog barks in the distance. The trees move gently in the wind. The city is resting. The stars are bright. The moon shines quietly. I close my eyes. I take one deep breath. I feel thankful. I feel quiet inside. I feel ready for tomorrow. Good night, world. Good night, everyone. Good night. End of the day. English Bridge, the podcast. You did it, says Tom's gentle voice. 1 full hour of English listening and shadowing. You listened, you spoke, you practiced, and that's real progress. Keep listening, keep practicing, and most of all, keep believing in yourself.